thank you so much for joining us. Now, you are a member of Konfederacja in Poland. Can you just explain very briefly what that is?
Thank you for the invitation. Confederation is a right-wing, conservative political party. The full name is Confederation Freedom and Independence, and it's like an umbrella party for different right-wing political parties to the right from Law and Justice. So we have National Conservative National Movement, we have Conservative Libertarian New Hope, we have some independent politicians or activists. This is like a truly right-wing alliance of independent politicians and independent political parties who build new political right and alternative right in Poland.
The way I see Confederation is a bit like the Reform Party in the UK led by Nigel Farage. It's a bit sort of to the right of the mainstream Conservative Party.
I think it's a good example of alternative right party. We have alternative right in all European countries, almost all. In some countries we are stronger, in some countries we still work on our position. Now we belong as a national movement to the Pitches for Europe alliance, pan-European alliance in European Union.
Do you believe migration, mass migration from Africa and Asia is a major threat to Poland?
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes. It already started. These are still not millions, rather thousands. But, for example, news from yesterday was that police arrested one Nigerian man who stabbed in a gym another young man for no reason. So, and this is unfortunately not the only one news like that. Now we have statistics of crimes from police, and on the first place we have Georgian people. There are many Georgian immigrants. I have nothing against Georgian nation or Georgian state, but unfortunately their citizens almost 10% or more committed a crime in Poland, so it's very bad statistics. But we have nations also not from close to Europe, like Georgia or Ukraine. We have also some migrants from Africa, not so many, but it is starting, the problem is starting.
Now you're here in London today. Britain has experienced mass migration from all over the world. It's a very multicultural nation. Do you view Britain as being a kind of warning as to what could happen when mass migration occurs to Poland?
Yes, this is what we say in Poland in our speeches. Not only Britain, but this problem is in all old European Western countries like France, Germany. Germany is much closer to us, and the problem is also very big. So I think that we should be smart and we should learn on your problems, not developing bad policies in Poland to this extent as you have here. I also follow the news and the debate, for example, about border crisis. In Poland we have also border crisis created by Belarus, where they try to develop migration crisis, but artificial migration crisis, taking some migrants to Belarus and pushing them to our border. So what our government did, previous government and current government, was securing the border, also with army, with thousands of soldiers, policemen, guards, with electronic systems, and I believe you should do the same with your borders.
In Poland, there's been a lot of criticism, and around the world, of the Polish army defending your border by shooting migrants. Do you think it's right that migrants who are trying to invade Poland should be shot by the Polish army, whether that's through rubber bullets or whatever else?
I have to correct some information. First, there's no criticism about Polish army in Poland. Polish nation, Polish society and all political parties, including left, supports Polish army. The criticism is only from very tiny group of NGOs supported from abroad, for example, from these American funds or by George Soros or people like that, who are far left organizations who try to develop human rights agenda to open border policy. And this is only them, normal politicians. Almost every MP in Poland supports Polish army. Second, there was not even one example of shooting any person on our border. There was one example of stabbing Polish soldier by migrants and killing him, unfortunately. So we have one soldier killed on the border, but not even one migrant shooted by Polish police or Polish soldiers. And I believe that Polish soldiers and Polish officers in police should have the right to open fire to anybody who try to stab them, attack them, kill them, destroy our border fence or something. But unfortunately, government is frightened by this pressure of these NGOs and criticism from mainstream media, and the law is still unclear. In fact, not any soldier has the orders to open fire from their rifle. They have rifles, but they have no orders to open the fire to anybody. So it's unclear, but situation is fortunately under control. There are some attempts to cross the border. In fact, there are some migrants who successfully cross the border, but not many.
Donald Trump has closed down American aid work and aid projects around the world. So this is USAID, and you mentioned a lot of NGOs in Poland. How has Donald Trump's closing down of US aid impacted Poland's politics?
For now, it's only a news in media. We don't know too much about this flow of money into our social life and social debate. But as in any other country, there are some NGOs or media outlets who publish statements that they have no money now. And now we know that it was the most important New Left online journal and organization. It was supported by these funds. It's like a neo-Marxist online journal in Poland. There are some LGBT organizations. They declared that they were funded and they are not anymore. There are probably many more, but they do not publish statements. They are silent. I don't know about any right-wing or conservative organization or even centrist who got money from these funds.
So are you quite happy that the United States is no longer funding these NGOs and organizations in Poland?
Of course. Of course. I think it's healthy to have debate on your own conditions. So I believe that our debate should be supported by our citizens, not shaped from abroad by the big influx of foreign money. And we had this for many years from Brussels, from European Union, and now we know from United States. The big donor for Polish NGO and debates are also German state-funded foundations. I believe that it should not be like that. 10 years ago, I proposed in Polish Parliament a law to prohibit supporting by the foreign money any political entities and or foundations, think tank, and so on. If you do charity job, you help people, it's okay. Maybe even religious initiative, it's okay. But if you want to influence the debate and politics, it should be permitted. In Poland, we have such a law that you can't fund the campaign from abroad, a political electoral campaign. But what is the difference between electoral campaign and campaign not during elections but political campaign? It's quite the same. And we have also campaign funded from abroad to support voting, yes? And some of them are negative campaign, for example, against Confederation. And I know from my colleagues in Hungary that it was the same there. A negative campaign funded from abroad was founded against right-wing parties. So it's clear evidence that we have foreign influence on our electoral process, and I believe it shouldn't be like that.
And just finally, on the European Union, do you think that the European Union is handling the issue of J.D. Vance's speech well? Because we've seen J.D. Vance was criticising the EU for attacking freedom of speech over its migration policies. Which side are you on? Do you support J.D. Vance or do you support the European Union?
Of course, I support J.D. Vance and his message. What I said in weekend talk show in Polish media, that every Polish right-wing politician could develop the same speech there if he was invited for this conference, but they do not invite right-wing people from Poland for this Munich security conference. So it's good that somebody from America came and said it. And of course, we see it's completely obvious that European politically correct elites are not open for any criticism, any true discussion. And it's typical, because it's always like that also in European Parliament. When you have some politically incorrect message, conservative, sovereignist, Christian, they always smile, they shake their heads, and they are closed. They don't want to discuss. They believe that they are only who are smart, who know everything, and we are stupid. And we know that it's completely opposite.
Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, and all the best for British nation.
Thank you.